Yesterday when I was going through Twitter, I came across this tweet from a voice actor called Zach Fuller.
I deeply emphasized with people and people that took time to make art, people that put themselves into making that art, whether or not that was a moment in their life or a reason they started or the struggle that got them to the point where they are at. That is the whole fucking point, is that it's not easy. I think that the effort that people put into this shit, and when you see that effort on display, is what makes it valuable. But if you try, the whole point is that making this stuff isn't there to satiate the minds or demands of others. It's for you. If it catches and it's cool with other people, that's awesome, man. It isn't for a reason that is just to make this appealing to others. Like, you're doing this for most of the time for a completely different reason, like for yourself. You're trying to express yourself in some way, dude. That's the whole point of fucking making art, is that you're frustrated with something, or you have a lot to say and you want to say it in a way that gets that out of there. And it resonates with other people that feel the same fucking way. That is gone. That is completely gone when you have shit that just looks a certain way, you know?
I saw this, agreed with it, and then I moved on with my day. But then later on, I revisited the tweet and decided to say something. I agree, but explaining this to AI bros will do nothing. They don't see the value in art. They see the value in product and output. They will never understand art, and it shows whenever one shows up in the replies with, "It's just the future, bro." Yeah, they said that with NFTs too. That last sentence was definitely a bit more spite. But this tweet was meant for my community. If you pay attention to the wording, you can tell that I'm not trying to talk to these AI bros, but when you make a tweet saying that you don't support AI, you're gonna get the AI bros coming into your replies. And that's kind of what this video is about. So this video is not for the AI bros. This video is for you and me, the people watching this. They're not going to be able to understand what we already inherently understand. So, in my opinion, I see no point in conversating with them. And the replies of this tweet are what really interested me. There were a lot of people who agreed with me, and there were a lot of people who really disagreed with me. But I wanted to start with defining what I see as an AI bro. I got a comment from an account that obviously looks like an AI bro, but they said if an artist uses AI in his/her works, then it becomes AI bro too, or in that case that is not applied. Fucking hell. Now I know that this is a tweet that's supposed to act as a chisel to try and find a crack to break my argument, but I used it just as an excuse to explain what I thought an AI bro was. I said, it depends on how you integrate it, I suppose, though most artists will disagree with any AI being used in their own work. For me, an AI bro is someone who will defend AI with their life, using the same copy-paste arguments without looking for a conversation. They just want to win. So, if you are pro-AI but you don't fit in that category, I don't consider you pro-AI. While I don't agree with the use of AI, we can at least have a conversation. But if you're acting in Twitter replies, trying to vehemently disagree with artists, there's no productive conversation to be had there. You're not there for a conversation. You're there to win. Now, there are also a lot of people, right? There are a lot of people arguing about my comparison to NFTs, and they completely misunderstood what I meant by that. So I thought I would clarify. Not for them, but for everyone else. Their argument is that AI inherently has more intrinsic value than NFTs ever brought to the table. And yes, I agree with you. AI does have some applicable areas where it can be very useful and beneficial to humanity. But that's not the comparison that I was drawing. Notice how when people were critiquing NFTs, the NFT bros were all like, "How fucking dare you? This is the future of crypto and money." And South Park did a whole thing about it, and I thought that was really funny. And now, skip a few years in the future, and then you have that same exact thing happening, but replace NFTs with AI. It's just people mindlessly backing up these big corporate entities and not thinking for themselves. It's so irritating. They are so hell-bent on defending something that will crash inevitably. Whenever you see people trying to defend something this badly, it means something's going wrong behind the scenes and they're trying to hide it. All the time. Every time. They know this is fragile. They know it's going to break. Let it break. And then be satisfied when you can say you were right. Now, I could keep going on about the points that they were making in the replies, but I would just be preaching to the choir here. Again, this video is intended for people who can appreciate the art, soul, the human hand that made these creations and that are against generative AI. I think we're all on the same page there. No one's arguing that. Well, I mean, these things are, but the reason I keep calling them things and people with heavy quotations is they're all probably bots. Let's be real. I just want to shift attention to this tweet from Jeb Johnston. He said, "Not gonna lie, this stresses me the hell out. I'm just getting started as a voice actor and it feels like I found my calling too late. I'm running myself ragged trying to audition and create content. I wonder if it's worth it sometimes." Now, of course, me being in the perspective of someone in the creative field, I wanted to respond with something that would hopefully lift his hopes. So I said, "It's rough right now for sure, but find your spot in the community and you'll find some pretty damn cool opportunities. Light at the end of the tunnel, I suppose. Drop your reels everywhere you can." And that doesn't have to be reels exactly. If you are just starting out and you don't have reels, just start making stuff. Dub over something that's already existed. Just get your talent out there so people can see it. That's the most important thing. Take this from someone who works with so many artists. But I was curious what other people were responding to this tweet. And a lot of them are pretty much saying, just keep going, people still need VAs, you are wanted in the industry. There is this one comment from someone with an AI picture saying, "It's probably not worth it. Go do something more useful to the changing economy, or you can take a 1 out of 100 shot and likely end up a starving artist." Now, whether or not that account is actually a bot or not, what's the point? Well, you're not trying to have a conversation. That's the problem with all of whether they're a bot or not, they're not opening room for a conversation. They're just there to argue and put you down. They want to take your time. Remember, this is Twitter we're talking about, where people can get paid for making easily engaging content, and what is more engaging than drama? Don't fall into that system. Just ignore these comments. That's the big thing here. Now, there's a lot of accounts in the replies that have like a missing profile picture or something that looks so average it was probably made by AI or just found online because they needed something to make themselves look more legit. I mean, you have these accounts that look like they should be ran by adults, but they tweet like little fucking children. They're either bots or desperate, and in either case, it's not worth arguing with them. That's the point. Some of them just want to make us angry, some of them want to make us feel FOMO, but don't let that get to you, because it's not worth it. My rule is do not reply to anyone mindlessly defending anything, AI or otherwise, because if you are, you're not going to accomplish anything. I know there's that part in you, that fire inside you that really wants to argue with them and help them see why they're wrong, but that's what they want. They want you to argue. They want to try and make you look bad to better their own argument. They already have a list of arguments that they're ready to copy and paste. There is no conversation to be had. They're ready to attack. Instead, spend your time creating something or supporting and promoting other art, what you're actually passionate about. You'll see time and time again these big corporate entities releasing AI slop, for lack of a better term, because it's just perfect, like Coca-Cola, for example. And what's the response that they're getting? Is people being so pissed that that's a thing. And that's not just artists, that's people. People are angry at that. There is faith to be had in this. And arguing with some AI bros online isn't going to do anything. People already don't like AI, and they know why they don't like AI, because it sucks. So if you find one of these tweets criticizing AI or someone trying to argue with an AI bro, don't interact, don't even like it, don't pay it any mind. Just keep scrolling. Continue your doom scroll. Mind your own business. Now, I know a lot of this is in argument of generative AI, but I would like to speak on AI in its general usage at the moment. I'm aware that there are some more ethical ways to use AI by building your own network and system to generate things off of, but the majority of people will use something that is commercially available, such as ChatGPT, Grok, and I don't pay attention. I don't use these AIs, so I wouldn't know. But big tech AI is just not worth it. Not right now. There might be some applicable areas where you can ethically use AI, but Even if there is a way to use these tools in an ethical way, it's still heavily impacting our environment and communities. Nice little towns where data centers are being built are destroying their neighborhoods and their water supply. And they are, yes, contributing to global warming. We were on a pretty steady progress to help fight back against global warming, and then once AI started to become a thing, that got destroyed. And once I started educating myself on exactly how AI works, I stopped using it entirely. I did a Minecraft episode where I talked about how I use AI and the few times that I have used AI, and I felt pretty good about it at the time, but I also said that I would try to educate myself further so that way I really know what I'm doing and if I should stop. And since I have educated myself, I am out. I am out right now. Until AI can somehow become self-sufficient and not damage our environment or economy and our communities, I'm not touching it. It's not worth it. We already have so many problems with maintaining trash, maintaining our ocean, keeping it clean, and again, global warming. Let's not create another problem. The CEO of OpenAI came out in public and said that he sees the future of AI to be used as a meter system, like essential utilities like water and electricity. And while I never could see that happening in the foreseeable future, because that is ridiculous, if that did happen, that's just another thing for us to worry about. But I'm really not worried about that. I don't think people are going to rely on AI that much. And the people that do are making these accounts and arguing things that they don't want to actually argue. Now, a big problem with AI in today's day and age is that it's pretty hard to avoid when doing anything online especially. But let's say, for example, Google searching. Let's say I want to look up how to live. And yeah, boom, it pulls up an AI overview, and there's a data center that just ran for a bit to try and give me that information. And I don't want that. I've tried looking for extensions and shit to try and get rid of that so that way I'm not using AI, but it happens every time that I Google search. But if you go to more and web, boom, no AI overview. And I can continue searching here. How many feet in an inch? Great, wonderful. But again, I'm not trying to tell you how to live your life. I'm not trying to tell you how you should use AI. I would like to encourage you all to go educate yourself on the subject and the topic, and if you feel comfortable using it in any specific way, that is of your right. I'm not going to say anything about that. I may judge you for how you use it, but I mean, people judge everyone for everything these days. The secret is to just not care what other people think, because that's where this whole thing crumbles anyway. But do sincerely educate yourself. Make sure you're informed with the tools that you're using and how they're being made and promoted, and how it might be potentially ruining the things that you love and care about. So again, as for me, I am swearing off of AI in its entirety until it can somehow, which I don't see happening, becoming self-sufficient. But as it is right now, it is nowhere near worth it. Unless, like I said, you're building your own little condensed compact AI system for you to use for a specific purpose. If it's from the big tech companies, then don't use it. Anyway, that's about all I wanted to talk about. So thanks for listening to me out. Bye.